February 2016 State of the Channel Address.
Golf clap. Golf clap. So hey, how's it going, everybody? Been like a week since I seen you. Not since you've seen me, though. Technically, I can't actually see any of you. But I'd like to pretend I can. Where are you going?
Open the door.
Ah, fair enough. Want me to start again?
No.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep going then. So, we've been having some fun. As many of you may recall, I say many of you, like 3 of you may recall.
Maybe.
Yeah. We were so excited. We got a Retron 5, gonna start recording all sorts of stuff with it. We recorded 1 session of Metroid, which is almost all aired by this point.
Yeah.
And then the thing went fucking tits up on us. We're talking like the AC jack came off the board. We had a wonderful, adventurous time trying to solder that shit back on. When that didn't work, like it did work because the connection was restored, but it didn't work because it didn't fucking stay on the board again. We've tried super gluing the fucking thing to the board and then resoldering it. That worked. We had power. Everything was good to go. Then we found one of the issues that people have been finding with the Retron 5, and that's the fact that because the game slots themselves, like the pin connections and shit like that, are so fucking tight, they have a tendency to get bent out of shape really easily and stop reading cartridges easily. That was something we couldn't really fix.
Yeah.
So it's returned. We're getting a new one probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try very carefully to record some more Metroid. Because we've been putting that off, and then we were not actually putting it off, but we had to reason that we weren't doing it. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be able to get some of that done, because I just want to get us through that damn game.
Me too.
You know, it's a classic, but it's not. It's one of those ones where it's like, it's a classic and it'll forever be a classic.
It gets better.
Still not that great, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the things that came after it, the things that it set up, are what we're really trying to get to. So, as a result, if the next episode of Metroid winds up being a little late, we apologize, but there are circumstances, and we're not going back to fucking emulating that shit.
No.
Fuck that. Other than that, things seem to be going pretty well. We're getting our regular Mario Maker in. We're doing some Nuzlocke. Spoiler alert, someone will die. Please, like, zoom in on my face as I do that.
I'll do my best.
Just like, you know,
Yeah.
if you can.
I
you
can
know.
do that. Yeah, it's easy.
In fact, see if you can find like a stock like boom sound too. So it's just like, someone will die. Something like that, right?
All right.
I'm explaining as we're talking.
Some post during.
Some post during, yep. We'll fix it in post during. Post during, posturing. It's posturing.
Yeah, it is posturing.
Haha. I'm good at this game. Anything else going on right now that we can talk about?
I mean, I'm thinking about doing my Crystal Nuzlocke. I'm thinking about doing it on my own, in my own time.
Oh,
Just sitting
okay.
at my desk here, doing it that way. Maybe even get a camera on my face.
Ooh, face cam.
Maybe.
Naughty. I tried not to laugh so hard I spilled my Coke on myself.
That was good.
We're already good. We're already having fun.
So I'm excited about that. I already randomized the ROM for myself. I'm excited to see what it is, because I randomized one and I just started it to just sort of experience what a randomizer is like. And yeah, it's kind of just crazy. It's madness.
I will say I do want to be here for it. I know you kind of think you're doing it, but dude, I want to be here for it. It sounds like so much fun.
Okay. Well, you're gonna do your own randomizer too.
I am. But I mean, like, at the same time, like, you know, just because one of us is playing doesn't mean the other can't be there, like, being basically the fucking peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Just shouting shit from the back row, being like, hey, you should catch that guy. And that's whatever, right? We're like telling stories or talking shit. Talking smack, something I do pretty good, so I can be like, hey man, you're not gonna catch him. You're gonna knock him out. You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him. Oh, you got him. Good job.
Right.
Whatever. I don't know.
Cool.
But other than that, branching off to the state of other channels. If anybody cares, I'm planning on having new content up on mine probably starting in mid-March, depending on how things go. I got a lot going on right now. It's tough doing all this shit and working a full-time job, so neither of us ever really have much time, but
Yeah.
there's also the fact that setting it all up and everything else is just kind of time-consuming, and I don't seem to have the time to consume at the moment.
I'm thinking about actually seeing if I can keep this table up most of the time, because now we have a bit more room, kind of.
Yeah, everything's been nicely organized, and we still have space to jam, which is pretty fucking great.
Yeah, just the couch there requires like pushing forward to jam.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Well, I mean, and even the way it's set up right now, like you can move this thing over here and then slide the couch that way or something.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah.
You know, it's like these things don't have to be oriented exactly the way they are.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I was thinking of maybe doing some reviews of these guys.
Too bad you don't have Winston.
Too bad I don't have Winston. Do you know why I don't have Winston? Do you know why I have only the white Ghostbusters? Do you know why I am racially marginalizing fucking Winston? Because I've only found one single Winston figure, not even carded, not even on card. No, like these guys, I bought them on card in a fucking store. What the fuck, right? For like $12, party. He was missing his PKE meter, but I'm gonna get a set that has one anyways, so he'll have one eventually. Anyway, found one Winston, not even carded. $240. The fuck. I get that they're like 6 years old by this point, and it was a fucking miracle that I found last week these two in a fucking store.
Random drugstore.
Yeah, random fucking drugstore, and I walked in. I didn't even walk in to go to that store. I walked in to reload my fucking transit card because they have a machine there to do it, and fuck it, I'm like, whatever. I'll just go take a look because sometimes these little shops like this, the fucking drugstores and shit, they carry toys that are sometimes, you know, like out of production and shit like that. Like sometimes I've gone in and found Transformers from like a couple waves back for a discounted price and been like, oh fuck yeah, I don't have that one. I missed it the first time around, right? But no, I find 6 fucking year old like collector edition fucking Ghostbuster figures. What the hell? So I went back the next week because I was kind of broke at the time and was like, buying those. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. But yeah, then I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just go look up a Winston. These things go for mostly like 20 to 40 bucks online. Whatever, I can fucking find one. Yeah, one, $240. Dicks.
How much do you think it would cost to, like, can you order from Target? Because I kind of want those DC superhero girls.
Oh yeah, those things. Fuck. We were looking at those last night as we were trying to record this, but had no ideas on what to record. There's 6-inch versions and I guess 12-inch versions too that are like, they're action figures. They're specifically designed for a more like female collector aesthetic and whatnot, and they're of like DC superhero chicks, superhero and heroines and villains, right? So you get like fucking your Supergirl, your Wonder Woman, your Harley Quinn, which looks fucking adorable.
And absolutely psychotic too.
Oh yeah,
it's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. And she's got a giant fucking hammer and everything, and just ready to go. Poison Ivy, who looks like a fucking Disney princess.
Yeah.
Like we're scrolling through and we're both like, oh, Disney princess Poison Ivy.
My girlfriend pointed out she looked like a Disney fairy princess, like Tinkerbell. She looked sort of like Tinkerbell.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally like she belongs in the fucking Tinkerbell movies.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree. But yeah, some of those are pretty fucking cool. I'd be interested to see if any stores out here do get to carry them, because Target exclusives sometimes in Canada translate to other store exclusives.
Right.
Usually it's what they call like Market 6 stores, so stuff like London Drugs might get them.
Right.
Back in Hardy, there was a place called Fields that got Target exclusive stuff.
Right.
At reasonable prices, right? So I managed to, well, actually not pick any up because the Target exclusive Transformers at the time kind of sucked. It was a movie year, they were all movie figures, and I was like, I don't fucking care.
Did you know the Happy Meal toys at Transformers right now?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, me and Ben stopped into McDonald's on our way to work the other day. He had to get a coffee. I had to stand by because I was broke as dicks and didn't really want anything. But yeah, I did see those and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I mean, honestly, I prefer Transformers figures that transform.
Do they not transform?
No. There's 2 figures of each character, one in their vehicle mode and one in their robot mode.
Oh, that's lame.
Back in the day, fucking McDonald's toys, now we're getting way the fuck off topic, but whatever. Back in the day, fucking McDonald's toys, when they did Transformers, actually transformed.
Yeah.
Not very well, mind you, right?
It's like a click, click,
you get
click
the Beast
thing.
Wars ones, and it was like, you pull this out, you flip that down, and that bug is now a dude.
Yeah.
Right? But they at least made the fucking effort. These days they're like static pose, arm out like this, ridiculous proportions, and some kind of like spinning thing on the end of their hand or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, fuck off. I don't even care anymore. Of course, these days, some of the actual official figures, not to say that the Happy Meal figures aren't official, they are licensed, but I mean like the actual like Hasbro releases and shit like that, some of them aren't much better these days.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting tough for someone like me who likes to, you know, collect Transformers that are fun to transform and don't feel like a hollow knockoff piece of shit when you fucking finish. I mean, I know plastic's getting more expensive, so they hollow out parts of their figures to use less plastic to all this other shit, but like sometimes it gets a bit too much. But that's an argument for another time, for definitely another time, because I could go on for hours about that and have at length.
Yeah. I guess you got stuff going up on your channel
Hopefully.
next month, hopefully. I already have stuff going up on my personal channel, just like booktube stuff, talking about what I'm reading, hopefully what I'm writing when I start writing again. And yeah. So you can check that out if you want. And I think that's it for the state of the channel.
This has been the 2nd February 2016 State of the Channel address.
For some reason.
For some reason.
What are we talking about? Nintendo sucks, but we play their games anyways.
Oh man, isn't that the fucking truth? Like,
Yeah.
their policies, their business practices, everything are atrocious. They're behind the times. They're fucking. They don't.
It's
take,
like they hate themselves.
sort of.
They just shoot themselves in the foot all the time.
It seems to me like their policies and business practices seem to be from a standpoint of someone from the past who is not familiar with the modern world.
Which is exactly what they are.
Yeah. And I mean it's not good for anybody involved. And yet somehow all their franchises are the ones we grew up with and the ones we like playing the most.
Yeah.
Like, as everybody knows, despite what I've had to say about the first one, the Metroid franchise is my favorite gaming franchise of all time. I would love there to be a new Metroid game. That's not going. I mean, they've got that Federation Force, but that doesn't even fucking count. It's not a Metroid
Is that
game.
soccer thing?
Oh god, I don't even. I saw one fucking little short video about it, and after that, I just kind of like tuned it out because I was like, that's not Metroid. You're basically playing as Galactic Federation soldiers.
Do you think Retro's working on a Metroid?
I would love it if they were. They made some of the best Metroid games. The Prime series was fantastic.
Anyways.
Yeah. But even games that, like, Nintendo let slip through their fingers were the best when they were on Nintendo systems. I mean, Final Fantasy, the fucking pre-PlayStation era was great.
Yeah.
Right? Especially 4, which we got as 2. And fucking
6.
Yeah, 6, which we got as 3. We never got 5, but we've played it before. I've played it before at least. It was good.
It was good.
It had like job changing and shit like that. It was good. There was a little more strategy involved in picking the right job for the right character to take on certain things.
What about story wise? Was it good?
I played it so fucking long ago.
Yeah.
I don't even remember much about the story, but I remember not being disappointed. So
Right.
that was the thing.
Right.
6 had a fucking great story. 4 was also really good with your character starting as a Dark Knight and then becoming a paladin partway through.
Yeah, I played a bit of that. I played maybe like 6 hours of that and I stopped. I can't remember why. I think I like moved.
I ran into a boss that I couldn't beat because I hadn't leveled enough. So that was the first time. That's when I stopped. But I've since played through way more than that, right?
Yeah.
It's actually one that I've never played through myself, but I've watched other people beat it.
Right. But that's you in RPGs now.
That really is. Like, I would prefer to watch people play them.
Except for Pokemon.
Except Pokemon. Yeah, well, I mean,
Pokemon is a bit more involved. There's more going on, it seems.
I guess it's more the fact, like, the thing about, like, older JRPGs that really bugs me, and I find this especially true about the old Final Fantasy games, despite what great memories I have of them, I just don't have the patience anymore to deal with random encounters. I just don't. Like, I'm running through a place, I want to get to a thing, I want to do a thing, and it's like, every 3 steps you get into another fight with another fucking batch of stupid fucking soldiers or some shit that are just like, we're gonna get in your way, and I'm just like, mash button to kill dudes, get the fuck out, okay, now go. Fuck, another fight. Mash button, mash button, mash button. Oh, you actually did damage, that means I have to actually change up my fucking strategy and heal someone. Sorry, started choking on my own rage. Anyway, hate random encounters. Just don't have the fucking patience for them anymore.
And I guess Pokemon is sort of like almost the joy of it. Though sometimes
Well,
it really is.
yeah. I mean, the thing about, like, with Pokemon, the only time you're facing a whole shit ton of random encounters is if you're in, like, you know, a dungeon type area or like a cave or something. But even then, you know, unless you're playing a Nuzlocke, of course, each random encounter is potentially a new thing you can add to your fucking team, right?
Could you imagine if someone went in and hacked like Final Fantasy 1 and instead of like destroying your enemies, you caught them and then you used them against other enemies? Like fucking cool, go!
That'd be great. It's like, Garland, I choose you! Garland! What? That would be pretty fucking phenomenal. But yeah, so most of the games that Square did on the fucking Super Nintendo especially, fantastic. They haven't, like, I find I haven't enjoyed their games nearly as much since they moved from there.
Well, since they became Square Enix.
Well, that too, right? But I mean, like, even Enix made good games on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, wait, what did they make on Super Nintendo?
Illusion of Gaia was one of theirs, and that was fucking
That
phenomenal.
was one of theirs, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
so, like, you know, they had their share of good shit too. And that one was great too because it wasn't fucking random encounters. The enemies were all on the fucking screen.
Yeah.
Right? That was good. But yeah, Square also had Chrono Trigger,
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG. That was, I mean, that was two things coming together. It was fucking great.
That is definitely something we gotta play.
Mhm.
Man, there's so many things we want to play, but it takes like months to get through anything, right?
Yeah, not to mention the fact that, like, we don't, like, we can record maybe a couple nights a week these days because
Yeah.
we're just both so busy. We don't have any days off in common, right? So it's like we do it when we can find the time, right? And as everyone's probably noticed, because of, you know, like we're saying, most of the games we've been playing, they're all Nintendo. You know? And that's like full circle what it fucking comes back to is the fact that these are the games we enjoy, you know? I mean, I'm not running around like, oh, fucking Call of Duty and shit like it, because I just don't fucking care,
Yeah.
right? You know, you come with like your fucking Mamorpagas and your fucking shooters and your fucking everything else comes along, and I'm just like, I don't really give a shit. And then somebody's like, new Zelda game, I'm like, fuck yes, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know, like, fucking probably the same for you, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely the same. The most excited I've been about a game in years was Mario Maker.
Yeah, that was, I mean, there was hype. There
Yeah.
was fucking certainly hype. Just like there will be if they ever have a new Metroid game.
Or Zelda Maker.
Ooh, that would be nice. Like, just, you'd only really be able to switch between, like, a few different kinds, but you could do, like,
Legend of Zelda,
1,
A Link to the
Link
Past,
to the Past.
and then the Spirit Track style.
I was thinking more along the lines of, like,
Minish
Zelda
Cap.
1, like, original Zelda, Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds,
Okay.
right? Which would be a lot of the same as Link to the Past, but there would be a few differences.
But it's also a lot the same as,
doing between Mario and Mario U.
well, it's a lot the same as like the Toon Link Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Just
Well, yeah, and
slightly
you could do like fucking like Hourglass and Spirit Tracks and shit like that style too, right? Like you have like 4 different styles to switch through,
Yeah.
and you can make dungeons and like it would mostly be like a dungeon maker probably.
Yeah,
You know.
which I really want Mario Maker to get a World Maker in there eventually.
That would be pretty fantastic.
You have to beat your whole game to upload it.
I imagine it would be built from stages that you've already uploaded,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like that would be interesting, especially if they started adding like multiple exits and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of nice.
That would be good. And with the Zelda Maker, you could put Minish Cap in there, because Minish Cap would be very much like the Super Mario World,
Mhm.
whereas like
Everything's a
Mario
little bit
3 is A Link to the Past,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously one and one. And then, yeah. Link
Yep.
Between Worlds is like Mario U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'd be down for that.
Anyways, what are we talking about?
We're
Oh,
talking about
Nintendo
Nintendo.
sucks, but we love them.
Yeah.
You know, why do they suck? Well, like, they're absolutely horrid YouTube policies.
Then again, YouTube itself has some pretty horrid policies these days.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, like, it all has to do, like, YouTube basically stands to the side, right? They're out of it now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you guys can make your copyright claims, you deal with each other, we're not in this. And they don't stand up for the little guy, which is why we use Patreon.
Yeah. No shit, eh? Well, it's not like we can claim any of our videos anyways, because they all have fucking Nintendo games and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Which is the issue.
And yet we still play Nintendo games.
Yep.
Just goes to show.
And you know, like the Pokemon team, which is part of Nintendo.
Mhm. No.
What was the thing that you said?
Oh, the fact that they fucking shut down a licensed fan project for
Fucking licensed.
orchestrated scores of Pokemon music.
Yeah.
Yeah, read about that and I was just like, what the fuck? Because it's like they paid for the license to be able to do it, and the Pokemon company just served him up a few fucking copyright strikes, and they got the channel taken down. Right? Like, boom, there's that entire channel, all those subscribers, all that fucking content, all that monetized content because they had the license to distribute it, gone.
Yeah.
Right? Like, fuck, man.
It's ridiculous.
And it's the same kind of shit that we could potentially face from our videos,
Yeah.
right?
But they throw ads on it. Any ads you see on your videos, that money goes to Nintendo.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that's not us.
um,
So please support the channel on Patreon because it's the only way we're actually going to see anything from it.
yeah.
If
Thanks, Zach.
you like what we do. Yeah, thanks, Zach. Thanks, Vince.
Vince, yeah.
If you guys, if anybody out there, you like what you see, you like what you're watching, you think we're funny, you think we're stupid and it's comical, whatever, fucking, if you can, just shoot us a bit on fucking Patreon, because
Even a buck.
yeah, like it doesn't have to be a whole lot, right? And that'll just help us keep going, because we can't monetize most of our gameplay. We can't get any ad revenue from that. We can't get anything from that.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo would actually take it all, right?
Yeah.
They claim content, like sometimes it's just the background music for the game. They'll claim that. And
That's actually
that's it.
usually what it is. I've noticed their copyright strikes.
Yeah.
It's always like this weird clip, like 4 minutes in, or like near the end, they like catch some of the music in there.
Yeah. So, with shit like that, like we can't make any fucking headway that way. That's why we have the Patreon account. So, what we're gonna be doing at some point soon, once we start getting subscribers on there that aren't people we actually know, people who will expect perks basically from this. I suppose this could have gone with the state of the channel address, but whatever. But I guess it is kind of topical because it's one of the reasons why we have to do it this way.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're gonna start doing is probably timed releases of things. Like we'll have a video unlisted, but we'll have the link up in like our Patreon Facebook page so that people can watch it before it actually launches on the channel, so people can view that and whatnot and see our stuff a little early.
Yeah.
Right?
And obviously there's the things, like if we make certain goals, monthly goals, we'll be doing like runs of t-shirts for everyone, posters or whatnot.
Could you imagine if we had our own merch store?
That'd be great.
Like right now I'm wearing fucking Rooster Teeth merch, right? Like I've got Jack Patillo's face on my gut right now. But could you imagine if we had our own fucking merch? How weird would that be?
That'd be weird. I've had merch before. I was in a band.
No, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nintendo's practices, you know, the way they run everything, and even their fucking like, even their business like of how they do things, you know, keeping things away from or making it hard for like third-party developers to develop for their systems and stuff like that.
Stupid.
It does, however, it speaks volumes to the strength of their properties that we still buy their consoles because we want their properties.
Yeah.
You know, that's like Nintendo's got that exclusivity on fucking lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, their stuff isn't showing up on an Xbox or a fucking PlayStation or anything like that. They've got it on whatever hardware they're putting out at the time and relying solely on that to sell units. And that just goes to fucking show how much of a hard-on we have for some of these franchises when that will prompt us to buy a Wii U or buy a 3DS, right? But at the same time, it would be nice to have a more inclusive system that we could play other games on. I'm not saying I want like GTA on the Wii U. That'd be kind of...
No, totally, man. Like, there's no reason that it shouldn't be there. It's on everything else. It should be there.
Mm-hmm.
The people who like are hardcore gamers but have a hardcore hard-on for Nintendo, they want to be able to get their like Elder Scrolls, their GTAs on the console with the other games that they love.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, admittedly, I mean, like if I had one console that did everything, I wouldn't have to buy any of the others, right? I'm not talking about like all the exclusives, like, you know, Microsoft's got their Halo series. I'm not gonna find that on anything else. That's fine.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no,
And also kind of a testament to that is the fact that I have never bought a Microsoft console, despite the fact that I do really enjoy the Halo franchise. I'm terrible at shooters, but I do enjoy it, right? Mostly for some of the lore of the Halo universe and whatnot. I've always really just kind of dug that.
I just realized I'm the same. I didn't buy an Xbox until I got my 360, a new 360, like a year ago. All my Xbox stuff had been given to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never bought a Microsoft console, so despite the fact that one of their proprietary things is something that I thoroughly enjoy. Nintendo, on the other hand, I've had like all of their fucking consoles at some point or another because I absolutely love that shit. I guess, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to say about it, really.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Should probably find out what it is. So I had a conversation online on some group on Facebook, and I think they posted a picture that was like, what was it? It was like SJW, Logic, and blah blah blah.
In real life?
I guess it was something like
Was that
that.
the thing about the doctor and the cancer?
No,
Oh, okay.
it wasn't that one. It was something else.
I saw one of those.
But it just made me think about the term social justice warrior when they apply it to someone who's wrong, which is usually what they do.
Mhm.
It's applied to the people who are just fucking crazy. When you call them a social justice warrior, it makes it look like you don't like social justice, which is really beneficial for everyone, right? You know, I think we should start using a term for those people called social injustice warriors who fight for injustice, apparently, because if they're not for social justice, they must be for social injustice. So, I don't know.
Or for that game Injustice, Gods Among Us,
That too.
which was never a good game.
Yeah, need to be a bit more social with it. Yeah.
But then it would be like a multiplayer, like, it'd be a MMORPG.
True. It would be like DC Universe Online.
Yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it? But like angrier.
Yeah.
Angrier and spikier somehow.
Spikier. I don't know. I didn't have much to say about that other than that. I was hoping it would kind of bring up more, like almost everything we talk about does.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, it's... Honestly, it's a part of the internet I just try and steer clear of. Anybody starts going on about SJWs and shit like that, I'm just like, alright, I am leaving this conversation because you guys are about to get into some fucking flame war territory that I just don't care to be a part of.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm never gonna change people's opinions, especially not on the internet.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna fucking stick to my own.
Don't say that, because nowadays that's the only way to. I mean, my opinion's been changed on the internet. I am who I am because of opinions being changed on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
I mean, okay, yeah, I'll accept that, but I mean, like, I'm more referring to like when these kind of fucking flame wars start about, you know.
Yeah, it's not gonna work like that.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just like, okay, I know at this point I'm not gonna change anybody's fucking mind on this shit, so I'm just going to exit and return when the fucking shit has died down. It's like, to a lesser extent, what's going on in the fucking Transformers fandom right now, which is why I don't do a whole lot of posting on the boards, because everybody's fucking, like, I used to get dragged into all kinds of fucking arguments about shit in the fucking Transformers fandom. And I guess I'm almost kind of seeing it from the outside now, because I'm not like deeply involved in the fandom as much as I have been. I'm still buying the stuff, I'm still enjoying it, I'm still reading the comics and all that, right? But I'm just not as like deeply involved in the fandom aspect of it. So one of the last times I logged in to check out to see what was going on, there were two big points of discussion that people were getting like quite literally fucking flame-tastic about. One was the color of Unite Warrior's Blastoff. Is he brown or is he orange? And why both of those are wrong for whatever reason. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me right now? Okay. And the other one was Titans Return Chrome Dome. You know, how much of him is just a retool of Combiner Wars fucking Dead End, and how much of it is or like, is it a retool of Combiner Wars Dead End because some parts look kind of the same, or is it a new figure that uses some of the same engineering, right? Or like shit like that. And people are fucking, no, you're wrong because this, no, this part looks like this, no, this, right? And it's just like, fucking toy ain't even out yet.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, right? I'm like, who the fuck cares? And I'm like, oh shit, I used to be these guys.
Yeah.
Exit stage left. Like, fucking gone. And I haven't fucking logged on since, because they've just been, that's all I've been seeing is posts and shit like that. And I'm just like, oh, I used to be those guys. I'm not those guys anymore.
Okay, I mean, like, it's one thing.
Hashtag not all Transformers fans.
Is there a word for the fandom? Like
Not really. Not
trannies? Fuck.
There was actually a dude from the UK who liked to call us that, and I fucking jumped right in. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck ever. Sounds good to me, pal. Yeah, he's like, sup, my fellow trannies? And I'm like this guy.
I'm in.
But yeah, like, there are so many different... There is not one unifying name that everyone gets under, because everyone will bitch about something.
Yeah.
Everyone. Right? So, I mean, there's, like, trans fans, which is also kind of, like, you know...
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, there is, TF... But the F is also fans. There's, like, that, too. So it's, like, T-fans, sort
Right.
of. Fanformers, but that's more used for like fan-made Transformers,
Right.
Fanformers, but like, you know, there's different names, but there's not one fucking unifying name that we all kind of band under, right? Like Ghostbusters fans are pretty unanimously ghost heads. Fucking the Trekkies versus Trekkers debate, that whole thing, right?
If I had fans, since I go by Christovix, my fans are gonna be Vixens.
Fuck yeah. You know, or then there's like Doctor Who fans that are like, what do they go by, Whovians? And I'm like, no,
Whovians,
fuck you
yeah.
guys, I'm a hooligan, right? Like, if I have to fucking pick a fandom name, I'm gonna be a hooligan.
That's good.
Right?
How did that slip by?
I know, right? Like, who didn't think we could be hooligans? Like, hooligans. It'd be fucking great. You know, but nobody, apparently. But yeah, so, like, or Star Wars fans, like, what do you call them, right?
They were the first fandom.
I know.
They don't get anything.
And like, you've got Lord of the Rings fans who are all pretty unanimously ringers, right?
Oh, really? I didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
But like Star Wars fans don't really have one. I've always been a self-admitted Force dork. I'm a Force dork. All right? That's you know, probably not the right term, but whatever. That's the one I've always associated with. So fuck it, right? But yeah, like so many of these fucking fandoms, man, they have all these different terms, and some of them, you know, are united under one, and some are like split between. But then there are some that are just like, what do we even call ourselves? I'm like, fuck it, I'm a card-carrying Force dork.
Then there's the
card-carrying.
terrible mistakes, like the 13-year-old girls loving The Fault in Our Stars and calling themselves cancer patients.
See, that's an area of the internet that I just didn't go anywhere near.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah. I think it was like pretty small, because most people go by nerd fighters if they're a fan of the book, because then they're a fan of John Green and his fans are nerd fighters. So
Fair enough. Cancer patients.
it's
Fuck off.
fucking ridiculous. Yeah. How did we get there?
Well, I started going off on Transformers fans being whiny as shit, and
Right.
me formerly being one.
Right.
I
I
mean, I'm
think
still a fan. I'm just not whiny as shit anymore.
yeah. There's one thing like arguing about like stuff that's sort of irrelevant. I mean, I guess it's sort of relevant to you if like Transformers is really important to you or something.
I know.
But
and-
arguing about that is kind of like, you can have a discussion about it. Why like be so
Mhm.
crazy about it? But then there's like the whole SJW thing is like you kind of like looking out for people,
Mhm.
society in general.
Yeah.
And it's an important conversation to have. And I think that the term SJW shouldn't be applied to the people that are generally wrong. Which actually makes sense for people to use, because usually the people using it are wrong.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I don't know. And you know, I mean, I get, like, yeah, that's definitely, because it's social justice is kind of for the benefit of all. I get that. That's, you know, that is very important. But, like I said, as soon as someone plays the fucking SJW card, I am out of there.
yeah.
Because I'm just like, this is not a conversation I want any part of. This is not a conversation I can win. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Distance. It's distance. Right the fuck now.
Well, that was an interesting segment.
Mm-hmm.
That was peculiar.
Yeah, very.
Next segment.
Let's move on. Now you may be wondering why the thing on my head.
Perhaps. I don't really wonder with you anymore.
That's fair. Just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
It's like when Dumbledore was like, Harry, you're probably wondering why I've called you here. And Harry's like, nah, dude, not really. I fucking roll with it, man.
Yeah. Oh.
That was a terrible Dumbledore impression. But anyway, these are my custom made for like $15 Ecto goggles,
Right.
right? And I'm wearing them mostly because I have some Ghostbusters on the table right now, but also because my hair is a goddamn fucking mess from wearing my hat all day at work.
Every podcast, your hair's a mess.
That's true. And so today I decided to try and do something about it. So I'm hiding my hair behind some Ecto goggles. They're great, because I mean, like, you know,
Can't see through them.
I can sort of see, like, a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This eye in particular is actually really bad because I super glued these fixtures onto it.
Yeah.
So it kind of started to do this whole smoked glass kind of thing.
Right.
So this one's blurry. This one is perfectly fine, but this is tilted slightly downward, so I'm looking like that way.
Right.
But, I mean, they were just made to be like, you know, a cheap alternative to like a prop, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, they've got a little toggle switch in them that doesn't actually work, but it's an actual toggle switch.
Yeah.
I literally hit a hardware store and a fucking electronics store, picked up a few things, and said I'm good to go.
Yeah.
You know, safety goggles, which this is actually from the safety goggles as well. It's little vents to allow your eyes to, or allow you to not like fog up and sweat up the whole fucking place, right?
Right.
And then like, the toggle switch and a little rubber washer. The rubber washer was from the hardware store. The toggle switch was from the electronics store. A fucking dial, also from the electronics store, which is literally just glued onto one of these fucking things.
Right.
Fucking light bulb dimmer knobs from actually they could have been from either, I don't remember. And then some like PVC fucking plumbing fixtures and shit from the hardware store.
Yeah.
And then I just found some elastic and sewed it on.
Right.
Cut a hole through the top and fed it through and whatnot, and then there's just the strap from it. And I was like, boom, I have ecto goggles. Fuck it, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can of black spray paint later, and a little bit of silver, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, we're good.
Cool.
Yeah, it cost me like $15. It was great.
Nice.
So, I'm gonna make you do something. You might want to avert your eyes. No, not you, them.
Oh.
You're gonna want to pay attention. No. So, one of the things that I guess we might start trying to do, we're at that point of podcast topics where we're sort of gonna start throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. Seeing what we enjoy doing, not just what, people enjoy watching, although that is a bonus if people enjoy watching it as well. But, so one of the things we're gonna try today is, I'm gonna get you to pitch me a movie.
Okay.
And eventually, on the Facebook page or something like that, people can start sending in the sort of movie they'd like to see us pitch. So, I think, now, not to steal too much from On the Spot's impromptu pitch, but I think I'll give you like a genre, one actor, and a place, and then you just kind of craft me a story. Unlike On the Spot, you don't have to take 60 seconds, and I'm not going to try to fuck you up any way, shape, or form.
Right.
But just like, pitch me a story. And I mean, I don't know what we could possibly do if we get one that's really good or not, but
Make a short film, write a story. I mean,
fun to try anyway, right? So, today, we're going to do a science fiction supernatural horror / thriller, okay? Set on a derelict medical research space station.
Derelict. So that's like abandoned.
Yeah. Starring Daniel Radcliffe.
Actually, that could be good.
That could actually be a really good movie. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so Daniel Radcliffe in a space station, is the space station specifically medical? Like a hospital in space?
It's a medical research.
Medical research.
Yeah, it's a derelict medical research space station, probably orbiting a planet. And yeah, it's a...
And is it a paranormal?
supernatural, yeah.
Oh man, paranormal's gonna be hard to fit in there.
I know, right?
Um,
Because you think horror, thriller, fucking space, you're gonna have aliens, or fucking, you're on a medical research station, you're gonna have zombies or some shit. But no, I want it yeah, definitely like supernatural, paranormal type shit.
all right.
And not Harry Potter in space. Although that would be pretty interesting as well. Harry Potter in space. Go ahead, sorry.
So, let's see. I want to just call him Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe is the one scientist left on the space station, left alive after a wing of the space station was taken off by a piece of space junk or a
Meteor
impact or
Okay.
something like that. Something has taken off this wing, and it caused almost everyone on the space station to die. Either they were in that wing or they lost pressure and air, and he managed to survive somehow. Let's say he got into a pod and protected himself.
He was in a stasis pod, sure.
Yeah.
He red dwarfed it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So while working there, he was working on a cure for an epidemic happening back on Earth. Well, whatever planet it was, we'll call it Earth. It's fine. All right. So while working on the cure, obviously this whole thing happens, and he decides to continue and try to fix up, sort of like Matt Damon in The Martian. He's like trying to put things back together for himself. So he fixes the place up the best that he knows how, and starts working again. And he only has a certain amount of time because not a lot of stuff is left.
And I imagine with a slapdash repair job, air is still seeping out. He's losing atmosphere.
Well, there was protections in place, but like not everything is perfect. But obviously, when like half the thing got blown off, it had a security breach kind of closure thing.
Okay.
Um,
But that's cost and power that he doesn't have.
it is costing
Yeah,
power.
okay.
Yeah. So strange things start happening.
Question. Wouldn't there still be supply ships and stuff coming to it?
We don't know.
Okay.
There hasn't been one.
Okay.
Wow.
Keep going.
Strange things start happening, and certain things, like he sees some mathematical work he was doing, doesn't remember doing some stuff, and it seems to be finished. And some things moved around. He's doing things, but he doesn't remember doing them, and at least he thinks he's doing them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in his sleep or something. And he starts realizing.
Nothing.
I wish. And turns out that some of the crew members seem to still be there after being taken away.
Ooh.
This is turning out less horror though. It's not as scary. They're helping him.
Well, it's already 3 spooky, 5 me. That's why Egon's getting his proton pack.
3 spooky, 5 me.
Keep going.
Now, okay, I gotta think a bit here. Alright, so we got tragedy. With the hair in my mouth.
Was Matt Damon one of the other crew members?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
They're not going to save him though.
Ah, good. Finally, a movie where they don't waste money saving Matt Damon. Do you think Matt Damon would ever agree to do a movie where he's already dead?
Yes.
I guess technically he wouldn't really have to show up in the movie. You could just be like, yeah, Matt Damon was there and then he died.
You're like, my cousin Matt Damon died.
Sorry, I'm not trying to derail you. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm stuck.
I'm trying to just give you time to, by coming up with funny things.
Yeah. Oh, it stopped. Alright, so what's the climax here? Okay, so shipments haven't been coming. I guess they assumed everyone was dead when they noticed that, the place was blown up.
Half the place is fucking missing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it.
I don't know where it goes from there. What's so horror about this?
Well, I mean, it could be like a psychological supernatural thriller.
Right, so the real thrillingness is him trying to figure out what the hell's going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
Why he's doing stuff in his sleep, but he's not actually. And,
Unless he is, and the crew members' spirits are possessing him.
maybe. So what's the climax here?
Well, the climax is when the spirit of a female coworker he used to have appears before him and possesses his junk. Then he climaxes all over the fucking station. Played by Emma Watson.
Played by Rupert Grint.
Even better.
Alright, so what should the climax be though? Like, he's working on a cure for something happening on Earth. And maybe so he doesn't know whether the reasons the shipment stopped coming were because they gave up on the ship, or maybe because something happened on Earth.
Because he doesn't know how long he's been out for.
I imagine he probably does.
Maybe there is no Earth.
Titan AE. Planet Bob.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Day 1 in the Ghost Space Station.
The Ghost Hospital.
Well, he was in the Ghost House ER
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
He just got out of the Ghost House ER. We have failed to arrive at a conclusion. Daniel Radcliffe will be stuck on this derelict space station forever. What have you done to him?
No! So... Now, what's this movie actually about? Is it about him making the cure, or is it about him trying to figure out what's going on with him and surviving, or is it something else? Now,
I don't know, man. You're pitching it.
I pitch a lot of things, usually not movies.
Usually tense.
Yeah.
What if the spirits in trying to help him are also trying to warn him of something? Trying to warn him of something bigger than the problem he's working on. Like maybe they're actually, instead of helping him, they are trying to distract him from his work so that he might finally notice what the bigger thing that is going on.
What's going on? Ghost Satan?
What if the meteor strike that took the place out wasn't an accident? What if a dark force is descending upon this galaxy and only the spirits left over after the attack know what it is?
Because they're the only spirits in space.
And in space, no one can hear you, ghost.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
That's actually like such a totally Deus Ex Machina twist at the end there.
It's like a batshit loco twist
Yeah.
there. So much so that it might actually work.
Yeah,
Just
I actually
saying.
kind of really like that. Okay, so we have Daniel Radcliffe
Yes.
on a
Biologic Space Laboratory.
yeah, sure. And half of it gets blown up. Everyone dies except for him. He decides to continue his work, and the spirits of his mates are there, seemingly helping him, seemingly distracting him. And Daniel Radcliffe is too stupid to notice that there is evil space demon launching an attack on the galaxy.
The walls are bleeding.
Red rum. Red rum.
I prefer brown rum.
I'm not a rum guy. I got really drunk on it once.
I get really drunk on it often.
It was bad. I hit my head. 2 lesbians helped me home.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I had a chick in a relationship with another chick offer her tits to me while I was really drunk one time.
Huh.
Redhead Australian chick. Very nice.
I'm just imagining, what's her name? She's quite often on Screen Junkies. She's Australian
I
redhead.
don't know.
She's cool. Anyways, yeah, so Climax is...
I just did.
uh,
I didn't. Don't worry.
Yeah, so Climax is, I guess, the spirits of the friends actually manifesting to be like, you stupid fucking asshole, go tell Earth that something's coming. We've been trying and like pointing at this goddamn space demon, throwing rocks at the ship and killing us all.
And then Daniel Radcliffe realizes that they had been changing his research into something that instead of fighting a plague on Earth, will fight this monster. And he wields some crazy formula in battle which creates like a spectral sword that can pierce the heart of the space ghost demon. And then the spirits of his friends form a spirit armor around him, and he becomes the ghost knight of outer space.
You're good at this.
That would actually be pretty fucking great.
I just imagine him like mixing these chemicals
And
it's
all
like,
of a sudden, sword! What the shit? But yeah, then he gains the ability to like breathe in space and fucking fly and shit like that, and fucking has this like spectral sword of awesomeness and goes into battle against Space Satan, and it's just like, fuck you, Space Satan, ghost sword, and he's like, whoa, dude.
calm down.
calm your tits. I don't know. I'm sure some of your fucking spirit armor is female. The breastplate. Sorry, I'm just throwing shit out there now.
Oh man, I'm gonna come back to this one day.
All right,
and
sounds good.
I will probably like just write that out.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, because like fucking, if it's like I said, if the pitch is good enough, we can do something with it. Like even write it into a story.
Where does it start though? Does it start with him cleaning up?
No, it starts with him waking up with no idea of what happened. He has to piece together first what happened, security footage, shit like that, right?
Right.
Sensor logs, whatever, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
that's a good
And then
sort
he
of
can
like.
start rebuilding from there.
You're better at this than I am.
Well, to be fair, I started off on sci-fi, and that shit's like my fucking bread and butter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, I've had a lot of sci-fi.
Next time.
So you've probably been wondering this whole time, as you've been watching for the last week, or if you're watching this all as one big, long podcast, what the hell is up with these right here? As you can plainly see, these are Batman and Superman serials that are meant to, promote the Batman v Superman Dawn of Just Us. Oh wait, not Just Us. And they've got crazy texture and shiny S and whatever else, right? Anyway, yeah, I didn't feel it was also textured.
Oh, that one is textured too. Yeah. I knew this one.
Yeah. So yeah, only the S part's textured, and then everything else is all flat. It's really weird. Anyway, just for fun, I kind of wanted to talk about just movie cross promotions in general, because sometimes they really work, and sometimes they're really what? Because, like, who thinks Batman and Superman fighting each other and all that shit and thinks, I need some fucking cereal? Probably at least a couple people out there, but y'all are crazy.
Well, it also depends if it's, breakfast time too.
That's fair, yeah. But, like, more than that, it's just like, you see some of these movie cross-promotional items, and, some of them are weird, like cereal.
Yeah.
And then some of them make sense. Like I was in the grocery store today, and I saw like some in the frozen food section, they had like, frozen like noodle meal things and whatnot, like Chinese style fucking noodle dishes and stuff like that. And they were all branded with fucking Kung Fu Panda 3. Right? And I thought,
It's good.
fucking dude came from like a fucking noodle restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the panda was. So like, shit, that makes perfect fucking sense. That is a great cross promotion.
You know what would be a good cross promotion? I don't even know if these things exist anymore. I've never even had one. But next time Star Wars comes out, that's no moon pies.
I could dig it. What was another one? Oh, for the Ghostbusters movie that's coming out this year, Twinkies are doing a cross promotion where they've got their own like slime green, lime flavored filling Twinkie.
Wait,
Whatever.
they're lime flavored?
I think so.
Weird.
Yeah. They might, like, I'm pretty sure, like, because it's, like, S lime for, like, slime, right? But, I mean, I'm not sure how well that plays with the current Ghostbusters movie, having not seen it and everything else, but it's definitely a great callback to, like, the first Ghostbusters movie with Egon's whole speech about the Twinkie that's 35 feet long and approximately 600 pounds. That's a big Twinkie, right? So, I mean, I saw that and I was immediately just like, fuck yes, Twinkies and Ghostbusters, hell yeah, right? Shit like that makes sense, and then you get just the random shit, like the fucking mountains of Minions merchandise that are like cross-promoting with cereals and
Star Wars
the
oranges.
Star Wars oranges, the BB-8 oranges, like, you get shit like that, or the fucking Batman Superman cereals,
Everything does cereal though,
Well,
let's be honest.
these days, yeah. But-
Even back to the 80s, man. Like, everything got cereals.
well, yeah, but
Everything that, like, sort of was appealing to kids.
yeah, but I mean, back in those days, like, I don't know, it was a bit different back then, cause like nowadays, I don't know. Nowadays it's more about the how can I put this? The feel of it is different. I'm trying to explain why and how, cause I know it is, but it's tough to put my finger on. But man, I hope they make Ecto Cooler again. if High C Ecto Cooler comes back out because of this Ghostbusters film, I'm gonna be so fucking happy.
Really odd connection. When I was young, I used to buy a pack of fake Twinkies. Like my mom used to buy it for me like once a week or something.
Mhm.
And I'd get Lime Crush. And now they're making Lime Twinkies. That's weird to me. It's like, I was probably the only person in the world to get like Twinkies
Those two things together.
and
yeah.
Lime Crush.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Then again,
Weird.
I used to take Doritos 3Ds and fill them with Coke slushy, so whatever. That shouldn't come back. I miss those. Did you ever have Doritos 3Ds?
No.
They were like triangular shaped but puffed out because they were full of air.
Yeah.
So weird.
Were they like hollow?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like two chips kind of stuck together like that, kind of. A little
Sort
bit
of,
thinner.
but they're smaller. They're only like that.
Oh,
big,
really? Oh,
right?
okay.
And I would like take and like bite the corner off one, fill up my straw full of, just put it, kind of like inject it in there.
It's like a Dorito Slam, like a Tim Tam Slam.
Yeah, I guess. What?
Tim Tam Slam? It's Tim Tams sucking coffee through them.
Oh, okay,
Like-
interesting. Interesting. Yeah, no, I would just take the thing and then just go.
Right.
Just eat the whole thing. It's always Cool Ranch too. Always Cool Ranch.
Everything Cool Ranch.
Everything Cool Ranch. Man, I just thought it was interesting some of the stuff that like is promoted by or promoting movies, right?
What would make some good ones?
Oh, let me think. Okay, Deadpool brand.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Maybe even chimichangas.
Yeah, just fucking Mexican food. Deadpool branded. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Not that, usually they don't brand consumer products with R-rated films.
Generally.
Yeah, that's usually not something that they do, but that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like a fucking line of just like Mexican foods that just have Deadpool in like a sombrero on them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, fucking old El Deadpool. That'd be pretty fucking great. Other than that, let's see.
What do we have coming soon? We have like Civil War coming soon.
Oh, I know. Like a deck of cards with Marvel characters on them, right? And like two of the suits of cards are Team Cap, and two of the suits of cards are Team Iron Man, right?
Ooh.
And you split the two evenly, shuffle them up, and you play the card game War, but it's Civil War.
And the Joker is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Presumably Spider-Man stuck between.
Yeah. And then you can fucking like War, and it's like boom, like Cap and Iron Man, and they're both fucking kings, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, so it's now War, and you load it behind them like Black Widow and Black Panther and fucking whatever, right? Whoever's on whichever team, I forget right now.
Right.
Right? And like Ant-Man and Falcon and fucking whatever else, right? And Vision, and because Iron Man's got Black Panther, right?
I think so.
So yeah, you'd have like Iron Man, and then he's also got Black Widow, right?
I don't remember.
I think he does.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because Cap's got Clint, so Natasha's with Tony.
Right.
So yeah, you get like fucking Black Widow, Black Panther, and Vision, and then you get fucking Falcon and fucking Ant-Man and someone else behind Cap. Hawkeye, sure, why not? Right? And then just fucking have the classic card game War, but have it like Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That'd be a great cross promotion, just a little thing you can sell. It's not like necessarily licensed merchandise, because really it is just a deck of cards, and you can play poker with it like a deck of fucking cards. But at the same time, you can have that like an extra.
But you could even like add little things that sort of adjust play on the face of the card, so that like when you're playing War, they add little bonuses and stuff to it. Because that'd be interesting. Like
Yeah.
you can make a game out of it, but you can also use them for a standard deck of cards.
You know what was my favorite thing that you could use as a standard deck of cards, but you could, but was also like not a standard deck of cards by any stretch of the imagination?
What that?
In Kamen Rider Blade, right, which had a playing card motif.
Right.
Blade was, on top of being themed after a beetle, themed after the Ace of Spades.
Right.
Right. All of the undead monsters that he sealed into cards were all in the spade suit, right? So if you got a complete collection of all of they were called rouse cards because you could rouse them from their slumber and use their powers, right? At least I think that's why they were called that. Makes sense to me anyways. But then again, Japanese people using English words, so who knows what they actually intended for it, right?
Yeah.
But if you had a complete collection of those, you would have a deck of cards. They would just all be different monsters and shit.
Right.
I actually printed off all of the cards on my computer back in the day, and I have a deck of rouse cards
Cool.
that I can just fucking play poker with if I want.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was cool. Let's see, what other good cross promotions could one do? Like an everyday product, you know, with a twist, you know?
What else is coming out?
Well, I mean, obviously you can release, like if they were to release a Guardians of the Galaxy Walkman, that would, you know, but I mean, only hipsters would be buying the Walkman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'd buy the Walkman.
I'd probably buy the Walkman too, actually.
We're just a bunch of fucking hipsters, aren't we?
Well, I mean, it could be like an MP3 player that
It
looks
just
like a
looks
Walkman.
like a Walkman.
And maybe you could even put like, dude, you put your tape in there, it turns into an MP3.
Oh my shit, that would be amazing. Like a dual fucking cassette player and MP3 player.
Mm-hmm.
And you could fucking like, you know, just like with an SD card or something like that, load MP3s onto it. And other than that, you could just put a tape in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking cool. And then
It's
just
so
have it,
pointless though.
I know. But and then just have it look like the one that he fucking has in the movie, like come with the same shitty 80s headphones and everything else, right? But make them like incredible
And
quality.
it comes with the tape that he has, with
Well,
all
of
the
course.
music on it.
Well, I mean, the soundtrack was released on cassette,
Yeah.
so totally. It'd be fucking great. Oh, get on it, Marvel. Get the fuck on it, Marvel, and I guess,
Sony?
yeah.
Oh, Marvel and
Yeah,
Sony.
they work
work
together.
together.
Yeah. Get on it, Marvel and Sony. Fucking do it up. Give me my fucking Guardians of the Galaxy Walkman.
Does Sony even own a branch that does that sort of thing anymore? Though they're selling all their shit off.
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Getting a little off topic, but going back to like the Deadpool fucking Mexican foods and shit like that. Did you see the Twitter remarks back and forth between like Chris Evans and Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
and then fucking Robert Downey Jr. and shit
Yeah.
like that? Fucking great.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was so good. Just like he's like Team Cap, and then Robert Downey Jr. is like A2 Deadpool. Give me a call when Rogers kicks you out for cussing. It's fucking great. Oh. Well, I guess we'll open the floor to the comment section if anybody actually feels like, you know, commenting.
Yeah.
What kind of cross promotions do you want to see between like major motion pictures or even fucking TV shows or comic books or whatever, right? And like everyday products.
I got it. Spider-Man movie. Camera can be like a GoPro that like sticks to things, just like right on its own, just like a suction cup or something. It's a Spider-Man camera instead of having to do the web thing.
Cause you're fucking taking pictures like Peter Parker and you're
Yeah.
sticking it to shit like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, no, I can dig that. I can fucking dig that. That's good. Can anybody come up with anything better? I want to see you try. I really want to see you try. It better be better than this. I've killed the Ghostbusters with Batman cereal.
Goodbye!